Hi everybody, my name is Rupa, working as Assistant Professor in Chevron Engineering College. I'm dealing the subject Power Electronic Controllers and Drives. So today's topic is multi-quadrant control of chopper fed DC motors. So before going to the multi-control, we will see the current control in the dynamic and composite braking of DC car motors. So we already seen the topics in series motor, dynamic and composite braking. In that we are seeing the current control. So mainly the purpose of this current control and the methods of this implementation, these are already described in the previous sections. So what I have described in the previous sections, these are also applicable to the chopper. These have a ability of self-commutated semiconductor switch to turn off at any instant. So due to this advantage, the current control limit is implemented differently. And the instantaneous values, suppose the instead of average values, if you take the instantaneous values for the rectifiers, the armature current will be compared with the maximum permissible values rather than instantaneous values. So if the current exceeds the maximum permissible values, then S is switched off. So this is the advantage in using a self-commutated switch. So this automatically adjusts the duty ratio such that the current maintained will be within the safe limits only. Okay, so this is current control. This is a very advantageous method. Next, we will go to the multi-quadrant control of chopper fed DC drives. Until now, we have seen the single quadrant for separately and series. Now we are going to see multi-quadrant control of chopper fed DC drives. That means we are getting a 2-quadrant or 4-quadrant. First, we will discuss about the 2-quadrant. Then we will go for 4-quadrant control consisting of forward motoring and regenerative braking. There also we will be discussing with the forward motoring and regenerative braking. So this 2-quadrant operation, if you consider the multi-quadrant operation, this multi-quadrant control of DC motors, this involves regenerative braking. Okay, so mainly here regenerative braking is considered. So as I explained in the previous sections, the current control loop forms an integral part of the drives which we are going on. So during the transient operations, if you take during the transient operations, it prevents the current from exceeding the safe values. And in some applications also, it forces to stay at the maximum permissible values only. Okay, so in the transient response, what is the advantage? It is suppressing for the maximum permissible values. It is suppressing the current to stay at maximum permissible values. And second one is in the transient operations, we will get fast responses. Okay, so as in the case of the single quadrant choppers, which I have discussed before, these multi-quadrant choppers are also having a filter between the source and the chopper. Okay, it is having a filter between the source and the choppers. And for simplicity, the current control loop and the filter will not be shown here in the diagram, circuit diagrams. What are not shown means current control loop and the filter. So first coming to the in multi-quadrant control of chopper fed DC drives, we are going to the topic 2-quadrant control, which is consisting of both forward braking and regenerative braking. Okay, so in that it is divided into, it consists of forward motoring and regenerative braking, and the chopper is capable of giving the positive voltage and current in either directions also here. So that's why as the chopper is giving the positive and negative current of both, positive and negative values of both voltage and current, there exists a 2-quadrant chopper. So this chopper, this two quadrant chopper, it can be realized by two ways. First one is called as scheme 1. So in this single chopper with the reversing switch is used. Only single chopper is used. The two with the reversing switch. So this chopper consists circuits are used for forward motoring. What I have showed you in figure 4.3a, and in figure 4.6 we have shown the regenerative braking. If you combine both 4.3a and 4.6, you will get this one 4.11 figure, what I am showing you right now. Okay, so here S is the self-commutated semiconductor switch. So as usual, this will be operated periodically such that it will be remaining closed for delta t, and it will be remaining open. It will be open for 1 minus delta into t. Okay, same intervals it will be open and closed. So open interval is 1 minus delta into t, and closed interval of the switch is delta t. Okay, and see here there is in the circuit we are seeing other switch. This is called as this is called as a manual switch. So when switch is closed, suppose when the C switch is closed, S will be in operation. Okay, so S will be in operation means we will get the same circuit which I have showed you in figure 4.3a. So there we are permitting the forward motoring operation. And under this situation, terminal is a positive with respect to terminal B. A is positive with respect to B. Okay, so this is motoring operation, forward motoring operation. So when the C is closed here, switch will be open. Sorry, switch will be in operation. Whether it is in open or closed, switch will be in operation. So